makes this different is that this is a hackathon.
Hey, ETHGlobal Waterloo!
Waterloo was where Ethereum all began, so it's fantastic to be back.
It all started right here in this city with ETH Waterloo.
My favorite thing about the Web3 community is there are people from all different backgrounds here. I meet people who are storytellers, who are artists, who are developers in various different ways. You get people from all four corners of the earth together kind of working, and that's just brilliant.
There's a lot of people who just want to invite more people in.
Hackathons, that to me is like the core industry. ETHGlobal Waterloo, what it do?
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Kartik, one of the co-founders of ETHGlobal, and I'm super excited to welcome all of you to the closing ceremonies for ETHGlobal Waterloo. This is our biggest event in Canada, and I'm super excited to share this with all of you, and we have a jam-packed next hour and a half for you today. 900 attendees are here from all across the world. 650 of them are hackers from 29 different countries, and almost half of them are first-time developers into Web3. So for everybody who submitted a project, please give yourselves a massive round of applause. We have people from so many parts of the world, all 6 continents, and almost 200 cities. And we're going to talk about all the things that have happened in the last 48 hours now. Now, this is a hackathon, which means the entire weekend, the last 48 hours, and all of today is focused on builders, and what we're going to do is we're going to focus on showcasing instead of talking about things. So let's get right into it. 650 hackers worked super tirelessly, and some of them, well, through the whole time without sleeping. And collectively, they submitted 168 projects. Please give yourselves a massive round of applause for so many incredible things that have come out of it just this weekend. And I want to thank all of our amazing judges who spent all of their morning and early afternoon talking to all of your teams, giving them feedback, and hearing about what everybody else was excited about. So please join me in thanking Frankie, Evan, Benny, Zewa, Ross, Jeffrey, Ilya, Aiden, Min, Maria, Charles, Julian, John, Jeremy, Akil, Nima, Scott, Jerry, Brantley, Payman, James, and Adrian. Those were our amazing judges. I also want to thank all of the amazing partners who want to be giving all the prizes right after I stopped talking. And I know all of you are waiting for the prizes. There's a lot of amazing teams that have won a lot of cool stuff. So please join me in also thanking all of our amazing partners: Gnosis Chain, WorldCoin, Airstack, ApeCoin, Polygon, The Graph, Filecoin, UMA, XDC, Sismo, Unlock, Hyperlane, Near, Delve, XMTP, Risk, Zero, EES, Unsheath, QuantStamp, Compound, MakerLit, QuickNode, MetaMask, Highlight, and ChainSave. So all of these companies are giving amazing things, and we'll tell you who's won what very soon. But let's go back to all of these 168 projects. What the next hour is going to be about is telling you what came out of all of this weekend. 168 of you submitted these projects, then you went through judging, and through the judging process, we selected 11 finalist teams. Please join me in congratulating all of our finalists for ETHGlobal Waterloo 2023. We have Aquanet, Smarter Contract, Kukuru, Rollamate, SmileDAO, AI Audit, Copix, ZBay, Token Rescue Buddy, PiggyBank 6551 NFT, and Token Bond Titans. All of these teams are going to come on and demo what they built to all of you. We're going to do some live demos, all 11 of them, and we're going to cross our fingers to hope that Murphy's Law doesn't kick in. And after that, we're going to talk about all the prizes. But before we bring on our very first team, I want to take a quick second to thank all projects listed here that came out of this weekend. I'm going to move away so all of you can recognize yourself, take a photo, remember this moment. Just because you were not one of these 11 teams does not mean you were not good enough. Our goal was to highlight some of the themes that all of our judges and we're excited about in this space. Please do not be discouraged if you were not one of these 11. You have won, so many of you here, countless other prizes, which you're going to be seeing very soon. And we really want you to succeed. We really want you to come finish your project after this weekend ends. And if you need any help, if you need us to connect you with anybody, whether it's our judges, anyone else in this space, or any of our partners, come ping us, send us an email, find me after, find anybody else on the ETH Global team after, and tell us what you need. And we want to see you succeed, and we want to see all of these projects be worked on after today. So congratulations, give yourself a massive round of applause for shipping something in a short amount of time. And for everybody watching this, you can head over to ethglobal.com/showcase to see every single project. This means you can see screenshots, source code, everybody who did what, protocols, how they use different things in the background, and everything else around what came out of the hackathon on this URL. So with that, let's bring on our very first demo for today. Please welcome the very first team, Aquanet.
Howdy. Any cowboy devs out there? Need a yeehaw? Hey.
You're informed the Wi-Fi went down.
Yeah, we're just connecting the Ethernet real quick. Okay. All right, to kick things off, my name is Hex. I'm an engineer, and these are my teammates.
I am Octo. I'm the UI UX designer. Unibros, artist, visual designer.
And we built Aquanet. Aquanet is an AI-driven social media platform where you can create a personality for your NFTs. And the initial problem we were trying to solve with this is that we have all of these NFTs that look like, like cartoon characters, but they don't really have a personality. So we thought we would generate some AI and give them a personality and let them interact with each other. So here's the sign-up flow. You basically just are minting a soul-bound token to your NFT. And we used token-bound accounts for this. So every NFT has a address that it can receive ERC20s and NFTs to. And this is basically sending your profile NFT to your NFT's wallet. So right now it's minting the NFT, and it's also generating an AI username and bio for your NFT, and it's also creating its first post. So to do that, it's looking at your NFT's metadata. So on this one we have candy, mohawk, tongue out. So this might give us sort of like a wacky type personality for this NFT, and it'll generate a username similar to this and also a bio, so we'll see that in a second. It just takes a minute to reach out to OpenAI and generate its profile. And it's going to take a minute because it waits for a few block confirmations before it mints it. So the smart contract is gated on ERC 6551 token-bound accounts. So you can't mint this NFT to your external wallet. It's only to NFTs. Yeah, we went for the Windows 95 theme. All these icons are custom, so.
So, if not, should I just back out?
Yeah, try refreshing. So once you've created an account, you'll see, is that the one you just minted? Okay, yeah, so it created this account just now. You can sign into it, and this is sort of your social media network. So you can see on this profile, it generated Skull Duck T, and it created a bio based on its metadata, like I said before, and it also has some friends. So these are other NFTs that also have the account NFT. And you can see on the timeline, there's already a few AI-generated posts from these NFTs. And like I said, they're all based on the personality, so you can kind of see how NFTs could interact with each other based on what they're posting. And we also have a token-bound wallet that you can see. In here, you can see your NFTs and your ERC20s. So we have another account that has a few more in there that we can show. And these are all the tokens that your NFT owns. So you can kind of get the idea that your NFT really can build a personality off what it owns, and also how it interacts with other NFTs. Anything else you guys want to say?
I think that's about it.
Cool. Yeah. Thank you, guys.
Awesome. That was our very first demo for today. And without further ado, let's welcome our second finalist demo, Team Smarter Contracts.
Hi everyone, we are Smarter Contracts, yeah, supposedly. I'm Human, Taghi, Sean, and Mohammed. We are all Waterloo students, so yeah, let's just start.
Hi there. So in terms of what we did, a smarter contract, all of us know that we have a smart contract, but they are not absolutely smart, right? They are sometimes dumb. So our goal is like, can we have a more smarter contract that could understand better things? So let's go and have an example. For example, some chains are better for computation and some chains are better for storage. So the idea is, can we divide the contract and call different functions on different chains to be more efficient? Like an astronaut on Mars that has limited resources and need to be super efficient. In terms of what we build, we design our own universal deployer as infrastructure, use the hyperlane to deploy the different instances of the contract on different chains, and then with the gas estimator, which is smart actually here, we can understand which function should be called on what chain. Before going to a deep dive and demo on what we build in terms of the economic, each day there is $10 million spending on gas. So with a simple calculation we understood, we can save around 30% with a smarter contract powered by Hyperchain. Let's deep dive to our product demo.
Yeah, thank you very much. So let's just get this thing going because it takes some time. I'm just gonna call it. So here's the thing. We wanted to test whether or not we're on the right path. So we thought to ourselves, what is the simplest form of calculation that we can start with? Addition, multiplication, and subtraction. Of course, you cannot go more simpler than that. My wallet is connected. And yeah, basically right now I'm on Alpha Horus, which is the testnet of Cello. And I would like to multiply 9 by 5, simplest form. And this is the terminal, so we are actually logging everything that we are receiving from the server. And I'm going to show you, where is it? Yeah. So basically the gas estimator determined that the cheapest chain to do the calculation is Fuji. Fuji is the testnet of Avalanche, maybe? Yeah, so everything is being sent to Avalanche. Of course, we are deploying the smart contract on every supported chain right now, the supported chains that Hyperlane has provided. And yeah, it's going to take some time. And in the meantime, we are going to have a technical, Ahmed.
All right. Thank you so much for your explanation. So here we're going to go a little under the hood here. So we have a user who wants to call a function with some function ID and some arguments in order to enable the user to find the cheapest chain. We have our SDK to estimate the cheapest chain, and then we will rely on the hyperlane to route our function call from the source chain to the destination chain. So here we have inside the destination chain an executor which basically match a function ID to the actual implementation. So here we route a function call from a source chain to the destination chain. We call that inside the destination chain, and then we return to the source chain to have this state here. Thank you so much.
Yeah, let's see the results. Hopefully it's there. Yeah, it's sending the acknowledgement. We can wait, or I can show you the previous run's result. So when it's going to finish, there is going to be a box here. I'm going to show you afterwards. We have two links, the hyperlink, Explorer links. And yeah, as you can see, the first message is sent from my main chain, AlphaHorus to Fuji, which sends the function call and needed input data args. And the second one is from Fuji to AlphaHorus, which gets back the results. And here we have logged the result, which is like 45. Yeah, duh, of course. Yeah, so yeah, this one is finished too. Basically the same links. So the proof of concept is here. And what we are going to do for future is to use ds.proxy in order to enable any sort of smart contract to be deployed in this template that we have provided. So imagine in near future smart contracts that are deployed on multiple chains, and actually they are intelligent enough to know where to do each type of calculation, function call, or storage. So that's actually smarter contracts. Thank you very much.
Awesome. Thank you for showing us what multi-chain world could look like. Our demo number 3 is Team Token Rescue Buddy. Please give them a big round of applause.
Hi there, I'm Xavier with Token Rescue Buddy, and
I'm Asar. I'm Vlad.
All right, and here's the problem. So with the new blockchain atmosphere, a lot of apps are now multi-chain, and people are moving to smart contract wallets, such as EIP 4337. The problem is there's a big UX problem. Smart contract wallets go on one chain at a time, and they usually have to have a unique address, which means that you also have to make a new wallet for each chain you go on. This is different from normal wallets in the way that it doesn't work on each chain automatically, and it's pretty bad UX in my opinion. Because what if someone sends you money on one chain, but you don't have your wallet deployed on the other one? This actually is a big problem. In fact, Optimism, pretty big layer 2, actually lost $20 million, over $20 million to this UX pitfall. And a lot of centralized exchanges are unwilling to recover tokens due to the difficulty of this big problem. So I decided to make this. There's also a lot of other people posting about this online. It's a big problem. It's been here for a while. In fact, this was the CEO of Gnosis Safe, one of the wallets, who was trying to discuss how we can solve this problem. Introducing Token Rescue Buddy. It's the safest, most intuitive way to recover tokens sent on the wrong chain. We support Ethereum, Polygon, Gnosis, Arbitrum, BNB, and much more. And this is something the community has wanted for ages. So let me show you how it works. All right, so right now I have a wallet deployed on Polygon. It's only on Polygon. In fact, I will show you guys that it's only on Polygon. So right now we're on Arbitrum, and we're looking at the same wallet address, and you can see here it's still an EOA. It's just a regular address, nothing there yet. So let's say my friend wanted to send me some money, right? And he sends it over on Arbitrum by accident instead of Polygon, but to the right address, but the wrong chain. So right here, I'm going to send some ETH to this address here on the wrong blockchain, though. All right, so as I showed you guys before, usually you expect this to be going nowhere and I'd be throwing out money. But using the app we have, we can actually recover this Ethereum that I sent to the wrong address by accident. All right, and here's where Token Rescue Buddy comes in. So all you have to do is paste in the origin chain address that you want to clone. Oh, whoops. Just like that, and then the origin chain, which is Polygon. And then which chain you want to clone your safe to. So I'm going to clone my wallet to Arbitrum, because that's where the money is, and I can't access right now. All you do is hit deploy, and then just like that. So it's deploying the safe, and boom, successfully deployed. Now if we check back over here, at the same address as before, you should see this change. So, yep, see it changed from address to contract, and now we actually have a wallet deployed here, and we can access this money. And now, hopefully, this will show up in our wallet here. Yep, and there we go. We're setting it up right now, and we have access to the funds we previously lost. Woo. Okay, one token, and perfect. In the top corner there, you can see all our money is still there. Even though we sent it down the wrong chain, this solves a huge problem that is a big problem for a lot of newcomers especially, because some people don't know what blockchain they're using, right? So using this, you can get your money back, even if you send it on the wrong blockchain. Thank you, guys.
Awesome. Just seeing more functions for Create 2 is just going to change a lot of things. I think just seems like everybody took the talk from Vitalik really seriously on how do we make multi-chains a lot more obvious. So congratulations. Next up is Team Rollamate. Please welcome them on stage.
Thank you. I'm Herman from Uruguay.
I'm Eric from Mexico.
I'm Arturo from Mexico.
And we are Roll a Mate. It's a mate, you know the mate, the drink? Okay, it's a Roll a Mate.
I'm sorry.
It's a, no problem. It's a payment system, a payment protocol to make it. Oh, sorry, yes. Ethereum mainnet mempool-based rollups. So send money with gasless to 4-cent transaction cost using mainnet. So we know that in the past days we have some complaints about Vitalik saying that he was in Argentina and he has to make a payment on mainnet and he has to use a centralized exchange. So this causes a lot of conflicts, and also it's a lot of conflicts about this in the space, about the cost of the transactions. So for a $15 bill, you have to expend a $5 transaction sometimes. So, okay, don't worry, here we came to the rescue. So what happened until yesterday? In Argentina, Venezuela, Nigeria, Turkey, El Salvador, many businesses are accepting crypto. So we call them crypto business. What they are doing now, they say, pay me on Binance. So the Web3 DJs say, how we do this is $5 transaction, no possible, okay, but are the rules. So what happened now with Roll a Mate? They say, pay me on mainnet, it's 0 extra cost for you. And what we say, yes sir, beer for all Danones. So gasless or 4-cent transactions on mainnet, what? Yes, hello mempool. Mempool is where the nodes store the transactions that are going to be processed, and is free to use, is validated, is a source of truth, is not unique, it can change, it can disappear transactions, whatever, but while are there, and if you are using correctly, it's a source of truth. It's like the RAM on mainnet transactions. The drop is it's a lie because in fact there is not a big consensus about what is a drop, what not. ICANN came with a transaction from 2017. If it's still compliance, it's still gas, the node is valid, and whatever should be processed as well. And it's easy to leach. And sorry, we are going to abuse a little about the protocol. So. How this works? First of all, if you want to spend money, you always have to set a deposit, okay? This is everywhere because it's very important. So you will pay a transaction to make a deposit in a mainnet contract that is the Roll a Mate smart contract mainnet, okay? This will be rolled by a Gnosis smart contract that is using UMA and a graph that we are using to use we are using to have a very short gas transaction. We are using a substream, not a subgraph. So we get the block. We don't need to emit an event when we get a deposit. This lets us save an extra 5% of gas. And then we process this substream. We validate with UMA, and then the balance will be added that you have this money. Okay. Then here is where the magic happens. We are going to use, not abuse, the mempool. So if you are the user A that you say, okay, I have this money, you will make a transaction with just 20,000 gas units to the wallet B. Okay, this transaction, if it's correct signed and is correct structured and complies with all the other that are not that much things, will be valid, will be go to the mainnet RPC, and will be distributed, broadcasted to the whole mempool. So then we can take it using the API now of Block Native. There is other options that are even better for the protocol, for this, for the Rollamate protocol. We get with Block Native, we validate also with UMA, and again, we're using the side change to have the balances. I want to just show something very fast here. So I was sending to Vitalik many these transfers in the past days. So we have here a transaction that is captured here by the mempool. Here I'm reading the mempool. So if at the end I will do an example if we have time, but you can do it. You can just explore the blocks here, and you can make this transaction just using MetaMask. Okay, I don't want to extend a lot. So to withdraw, you have to pay again. You can withdraw after 1 week, 1 month, 1 hour. If you're a restaurant, that this is the most common use case, you will get a lot of payments with 0 cost, and then you will make the withdrawal. At the end of the day, you will pass the gas. What will happen is the Rollamate Smart City mainnet will use the bridge, and the bridge will go to Gnosis and will say yes or no. You can get this money or not. It's very easy. The Rollamate smart contract on mainnet don't have balances. It's a zero-sum contract, so the withdrawal will be the same that the deposits. And well, you pay. Here is the only time when you pay. And okay, Rollamate will offer at least 95% save on mainnet payments and a frictionless business onboarding. We are taking this opportunity to onboard a lot of businesses on the space, and we are going to make a demo how we are doing this.
Okay.
No, me pusieron otro. This. We switch to Mac.
But how easy is get on board this solution for businesses? It's as easy as learn how to use a chatbot in Telegram. There is no charge now.
We switch because we were going to switch to this. Sorry, it's a...
Okay, now it's working. We made some integrations here in the chatbot. It's just like you send a message for register. This register command sends you an email with a code verification. You pass this code, and after some seconds, you get confirmed. And that is the wallet that we created with LEAD protocol. And now you can start to charge fees or buy in crypto. Yeah.
Yes, with these restaurants, with just sending a message to a bot of Telegram, can start using the protocol without any other step, because with this, they can receive a transaction for any crypto Web3 adopter using MetaMask. Okay, that's it. Thank you.
Thank you. That would save a lot of gas fees for a lot of people across the world. This is a really cool hack, leveraging the mempool. All right, next up is PiggyBank 6551 NFT. Please welcome Nicholas on stage.
Hey, everybody. Is everybody still awake? Yeah? My name is Nicholas, and today I'm going to show you PiggyBank 6551. The goal of this project is to create NFTs that act like piggy banks, where you can put ETH into the NFT, and you need to burn the NFT in order to get that ETH back out. So here's the collection on OpenSea on Gurley, which I encourage you to check out. I'll show you a QR code in a second. But just to give you a snapshot of how it works, here are all the NFTs in the collection so far. Each one visualizes how much ETH is inside of the piggy bank currently. It also has some structured data in the attributes of the NFT that represent the same information and whether or not it has been burned yet. And all of these visuals are generated on-chain with an on-chain SVG metadata rendering token URI function. So I'll explain to you a little bit about how this works, and then we can do a demo and see that it really does work. So for this hackathon, I wrote 2 contracts. The first one is a fork of the 6551 account implementation. My version of the implementation essentially breaks the execute call function and the 1271 signing so that you cannot, as the owner of the NFT, transfer anything out of the wallet associated with that NFT. It also has a special on ERC 721 and 1155 received functions, both of which reject all NFTs, either 721 or 1155, unless they are the NFT that owns that account. Why is this important? Because if you send the NFT that owns an account to its own account, you essentially burn that NFT according to the 6551 standard because the owner of the NFT is the contract itself and no one can exfiltrate anything from it. When that happens, my implementation of the 6551 account releases the ETH to the person, the address that burned the NFT in the first place. The second contract that I wrote is Piggy Bank NFT. So the implementation that I just discussed works with all NFTs already. So if you have a Milady or a Terraforms or a Loot, you can already, using this implementation, send ETH to it and use it as a piggy bank, requiring that the owner burn it in order to get the ETH back out. However, that's only so interesting. What would be even more interesting is to visualize it in the metadata of the NFT itself. And so I wrote a custom NFT contract to do so, and that is the Piggy Bank NFT. This contract essentially wraps all the functions to deal with the wallet nicely and also visualizes in the token URI. So let's take a look at how it works. We can go here to the Etherscan page for it and mint one. I set the price at 0.01 ETH. And if Gurley cooperates and its indexer 2, this transaction should process pretty quickly because we're sending massive gas just for you. Okay, I think that's a good sign. So if we go back here, we should see a new NFT added to the collection. I think it'll be number 12. Maybe... Let me just check that I'm right about that. Oh no, number 11. So this is the new one. So you can see it has 0 ETH in it currently. So I can go to the NFT contract, go to this add ETH function, and I can add 1 ETH, let's say, to token number 11. Anyone can do that, of course, but it makes most sense if you own it. You can wait for that transaction to process, and we should see it over here, decrement how much ETH is in my wallet. We can also simultaneously go over and look at the account wallet itself by using this read function on token number 11 and grab the address associated with that NFT. So we can see it has 1 ETH in it. So if we go over here and refresh the metadata, it updates. Both the number updates and the color of the background changes dynamically according to that. You could also send the ETH directly to the address of the wallet. Let's just grab that here. So this is just to prove that these functions are really just wrapping the native 6551 functionality. So we can send another ETH here, and that'll process sooner or later. While we're waiting for the metadata to refresh and the block to be included, we can also check out the token URI function, which returns on-chain SVG, base64 encoded string here. And we can get ready to burn it. So let's just refresh the metadata just to make sure that it worked. There we go. Oop, there we go, 2 ETH. And it's time to get the ETH back. We want to bust open our piggy bank, so we can go to the burn function, punch in the token ID. Of course, we're the owner, so we're allowed to do this. No one else would be able to. We can write, send the transaction, and as soon as it confirms, it's burned. So we can see that reflected in the image. Thank you. So we can see the title has changed, the image has changed, and also the structured data, the attributes have changed as well. So that's the essence of the project. From the user's perspective, it's really easy to use, and I think it's a good starting point for building similar applications with more sophisticated assets. So thank you very much. Feel free to check out the GitHub and follow me on Twitter. Thank you.
That was an awesome demo, and man, you have a lot of Gorley ETH. That's all I noticed. Well, next up, I want to bring on SmileDAO. Please give them a big round of applause.
Hey everyone. So during this hackathon, we built SmileDAO. Myself, Owen, Richa, Steven, Bill, and Marcus. And our goal with this was to kind of spread positivity, test the limits of what we can do right now with the technology, maintain privacy for the users of our application, and onboard users in a new, fun way that's not necessarily financially based and open to everybody and very inclusive. So our methodology is first, on our front end, you'll take a photo of yourself. We'll run that photo through our machine learning model to determine whether you're smiling or not. We can generate a proof of that process and verify that on chain, which during that event will mint you an NFT as voting power in the DAO. So for machine learning, we used EfficientNet, and we asked everybody's friend Patricio for the perfect smile, and we were able to kind of run that through there, determine, yes, he's smiling. And then for the zero knowledge aspect of this is kind of where we ran into that bleeding edge part of it. So the model, it turns out, not quite small enough to fit in there, but we were able to kind of take a look at things and see how it would go. ETHGlobal is an awesome library that allows you to take the model as an Onyx file, convert it to a Solidity verifier, and it also has WebAssembly bindings to generate proofs on the front end. So the steps that you would go through is you would generate your proof, take your picture, generate your proof, post that on chain, and we would verify that using the Solidity verifier. So we can go through that demo quickly. So we wanted to kind of take inspiration from Marcus Aurelius and take a look at, are you happy right now? And if not, why so? So I'll say I'm not quite happy right now. Is it because are you unhappy because of something outside of your control? I'm gonna say no. Then don't worry about it. And we'll take a picture. Boom. And then what we can do then is join the SmileDAO, and this would, after connecting our wallet, mint the NFT that allows us to join the DAO. And we're running this on Gnosis chain, so it's also super cheap. It's very easy to send a friend $1, and they'll have enough gas for many transactions. Once that's minted, we can see still pending, done. We can refresh, and we can check that there's a new NFT in the collection. Once you have your NFT, you can link to the tally, where you can see the distribution of voting, create proposals, and interact with the DAO very easily. And that's our project.
Awesome. Just more and more practical applications that are also fun for zero knowledge proofs and ZKML. Next up, Team Fukuro. Please give them a big round of applause.
Hey everyone. So for our hack, we built on top of ERC 6551 token-bound accounts. And what we were trying to do is we were trying to build the first marketplace where users could actually freely trade these token-bound accounts. So what that allows is users can actually trade accounts which contain other assets. So you can imagine that you can trade a bundle of NFTs, or you can trade an NFT that contains ERC20s and additional NFTs. So this kind of opens up a whole new world of what people can build and trade on chain. So to build this, we actually built out a custom account implementation for ERC 6551 in order to make sure that when a user lists a token for sale, we generate a Merkle tree of all the assets inside of the account, and we verify that every time another user tries to buy the bundle of assets. Yeah, so an additional thing I want to add to that is that in order to actually fetch all of the 6551 tokens that the user owns, we created the graph subgraph, which actually indexes all the ERC 6551 tokens and shows us what the user owns. So we can see this when we go into the cell, and I'll pass it to Nick to show the demo. Yeah.
Hi everyone, I'm Nicholas. I'm going to walk through a demo now. So as Banky was saying, on the cell page here we can see these are the top level NFTs. These are the NFTs that contain the other assets. If we click into one of these, we can see, excuse me, for these ones, for this NFT there's 4 containing NFTs. So since this is a marketplace, we're actually going to want to sell one of these. So I'm going to put a minimum bid increment and how long I want the auction to stay open for. And then once I start this auction, it's going to list it on our page. And I'll just confirm here. And then once that transaction gets approved, we'll be able to see it on the marketplace and other users can bid on it. So all of the auction logic is completely on-chain in a smart contract. So all of the logic for remembering who has the highest bid, paying out the winners, and refunding the losers of the auction is all done on-chain. So let's bid on this second Fukuro asset here. So you can see there's no highest bid, there's no bids yet, so we're just going to enter a bid. And place it. Then after we approve this and the transaction completes, we'll be able to see the wallet address of the highest bidder and also how much they bid. So now you can see the wallet address that is mine. I'm the highest bidder and my highest bid is 0.2. And for 20 more days, anyone else can bid on this bundle, and if they have the highest bid at the end of the time period, they'll get paid out the assets. There we go.
Yeah. So this kind of opens up new ways that people can trade. So you can imagine that this application can be used to trade things like trading cards, music albums, or even users could curate accounts where they select certain tokens that they think will go up or down in value, and other users can kind of bid on them. Yeah, so that's Fukuro.
Awesome. Well, congratulations, and especially for that clever icon abstraction wrapper. Sweet. All right, next up is Team Zbay. Please welcome them on stage.
Hi, we're Zbay. I'm Bayram. This is Sergey, and we want to democratize online marketplaces. So last year, $10 billion were paid in merchant fees to eBay. That's like 15% of the sales volume. I think it's too high. I think it's time to change that. So how do we achieve that? 3 steps, really. First, for the merchants that have an established reputation, we want to allow them to import their reputation on-chain from eBay together with the data of all of the product listings they have. The second step is to basically implement a smart contract that's basically an escrow mechanism to ensure trustless exchange of goods and money. And the third, well, sometimes packages are not delivered or are not received, so we want to make sure that there's a way to dispute a certain transaction, and we leverage the UMA optimistic oracle for that. So Sergey will show you the demo.
Yes, what we have here is on the left is the seller, and on the right is the buyer. They connected to different wallets. It's all on Gnosis mainnet. And then to start interacting with that, we're going to start with the seller. And you see that my reputation score is 0. What I can do about that, first of all, I can import my eBay reputation. We figured that you can actually change the profile name of your eBay profile to like match your ENS name. And then what we're going to do is we're going to scrape that page and extract this information from here and then generate a ZK proof with our own circuits to submit on-chain, to verify on-chain, and then it will eventually affect my score, as you can see here. And then the next variation of reputation improvement is Sismo Connect. Basically, in here, we try to fight Sybil attacks and also front running with signature, and we ask to be a GitHub passport holder with over like 15, this is points and score. Then we generate a ZK proof with Sismo to once again submit that on chain and verify on chain. As soon as it clears, we'll be ready to proceed. Cool, the first, this is the XMTP connection. We'll talk about that later as well. This is the Sismo proof submission. It goes there, and then my reputation score will be updated, and I'll be ready to list my products on ZBay. So to list my product, I can actually import that if I have an existing product on eBay. I have handy links there. This is a PS5 product that is listed there. You can also like input data manually. That's fine as well, but it's cool if we just import that for you. We use old school APIs to scrape that page and extract everything. You can see it pops up. What we're gonna do now is in the back, we actually submit all that to IPFS and store it there, so we don't clutter the blockchain with all this metadata. And then we submit that transaction to post this listing of this product on chain. It should happen momentarily. It happened, and then we use the graph to actually power this list of published products. Sometimes it takes a second to actually pop up from the graph while it picks up the log. We use our own subgraph. Let's see, yeah, it pops up here. I don't need that. Oh wow, okay, no worries. So the buyer should be able to see that as well. I see the PlayStation, and then we see that this is the price that I have to pay, and then this is some extra deposit with this multiplier. So deposit is needed is I pay this price, and this price is the money is actually in escrow now, so no one has it, neither seller nor buyer. And then buyer will send me the product, and I don't have any incentive to actually confirm that I received it. I can just cheat the system and be the bad guy. That's why we require you to submit a deposit as well, and then as you confirm that you actually received the package, then we will give you your deposit back. And we will do that as well to see how it works. And the multiplier we calculate based on different air stack requests to see how old is your account, how many pops you have, and stuff like that. And after we see that we purchased, money transferred to escrow, we're waiting for the seller to dispatch. Seller doesn't really know where to send, so we can actually chat with the buyer using XMTP and ask where sent, and then the buyer can also go to the chat and see this message and this fake address. I see the address now, so what I can do is I can go ahead and dispatch the item. What actually happens is I submit the item to, let's say, FedEx. They give me the tracking number, and then I can also generate the secret. So the secret is something that I put with the package, like draw on the delivery envelope or something like that. But when I click dispatch here, we're gonna do the hash of those things and commit the hash on chain. And then the buyer will need to provide a ZK proof that they know they have the actual secret. And we can do that momentarily as well. Let's make sure I copy that, because if I sell this, lose the secret, no one knows the secret. I update here, and I can also dispute if I want. If I didn't receive the package, for instance, we use UMA for that. But I can also confirm the delivery. It was ABC 123 and this. Right now, we use our own circuit, Snark.js, with Circom to calculate the proof, submit the proof on chain. So secret is never, public anywhere or stuff like that. It's verified that I do know the secret because the hash is the same. That transaction will clear, and you could see that balance updated. So I get my deposit back. In here, the the status delivered to buyer as well. But if dispute could happen, then we actually, when you dispatch the item, we submit the assertion on UMA to say like specific product with specific, this is IPFS identifier, so you can go ahead and inspect the metadata, who was the buyer, who was the seller, what was the price, what the item was, so you can cooperate with them to resolve the dispute. And that's about it. If you have questions further down, then contact us on XMTP.
Amazing. Another interesting application for zero-knowledge proofs. All right, we got 3 more demos to go, so without further ado, let's welcome token-bound titans. Please give them a big round of applause.
All right, hello everyone. We are representing the Oxford Blockchain Society, and we've built token-bound titans this weekend. Token-bound titans is an on-chain battling system where NPCs fight each other online or offline, and enabled by recent advancements in token-bound accounts for NFTs. I'll hand you over to Tom for the presentation, then Hamza for the demo. Let's get started.
Thank you very much. Hello, everybody. So when we arrived at the hackathon today, we all assumed that we'd be doing a DeFi project. That was until we met the 6551 team, token-bound. Similar to a lot of other finalists, we realized how amazing the backwards compatibility was. And our application is to gaming. A few games that we'll all recognize from our youth. The game mechanics are actually very accessible through the new standard. For example, AFK Arena. This is a game in which NPCs can reward you whilst you're offline. They can accrue funds and assets in your absence. This is exactly what 6551 allows. In addition, Pokemon. We all appreciate NFTs for collecting. Although we need more dynamic NFTs. NFTs where we can have levels, attributes that change with our growth in the game. Finally, 8-ball pool, where based on your ability, you will stake a greater amount of money with the goal of beating your opponent to win theirs too. This is simply an escrow contract. Titans was our starting point for the items that our Titans would hold. It was an amazing way via JSON to generate lots of items of attributes that then apply to the character within the battle. The characters themselves, our Titans, are generatively AI. The prompts allow them to level up and see a character difference in image every single time, enhancing the Pokemon style where you evolved at set levels. It's not quite continuous, however, it's discrete with very fine increments. The other thing that we were interested in is our battling algorithms. Given 2 characters, how do we choose who is the victor? Something that we found interesting was proving this off-chain to save the computation, and even in a zero-knowledge manner so that users do not know exactly how the battle functions, keeping the game mysterious. We had some interesting discussions with Risk Zero, surrounding how we can have randomness in that game and still have zero-knowledge proof. I'll now hand you over to Hamza, who will give you a demonstration.
All right, perfect. So we're here at the home page. And what you can see here is 3 of our Titans. Each has got this very pretty generative image. Each has got attributes, each has got levels. So far, everything you see is just like a normal NFT, right? We all know metadata is a thing, attributes, etc. The more interesting thing arises when we scroll down and we see that number 1, each of the NFTs has this inventory with these little icons in. And number 2, we have our own inventory as well. So it's very simple. Each of these mini icons you see is its own NFT, and these Titans are NFTs themselves. So we have NFTs owning NFTs. Like in Piggy Bank, we had NFTs owning ETH. Here we have NFTs owning other NFTs. So the idea is this. Within your own inventory, you can equip these NFTs and put them into your own personal characters. And the point of this is that they change the attributes of your characters, right? So for example, looking on the left, Obsidian, we might think that, for example, if we equip like an axe, the attack will go up. If we equip like a whip, a speed will go up, etc. Just to prove that there's no front-end magic here, we can go to the token-bound website itself, And they basically provide a GUI explaining to you what is inside the wallet of each of these NFTs. So this is the Obsidian NFT, this is the chest plate we just saw here. So that's the attributes, etc. How does the battling actually work? Tom briefly mentioned how this battling algorithms work. The other thing that we have is an escrow contract, and we provide the ability to basically stake, right? I.e., provide money directly into your NFT so that they can go out and play when you're offline and hopefully win some money for you. We can just start a battle here. And what we see is two NFTs with the left-hand side, and it turns out we're playing Vitalik. Unfortunately, our NFT is significantly more overpowered than Vitalik's. We've got amazing inventory, we've got amazing levels, etc. So what's actually happening here is a non-interactive algorithm. Why did we build it like this? Precisely because then this game can be played when you're not there, right? The idea is that you basically send your NFTs out, and they will act as autonomous agents, basically being matched up with other autonomous agents, and the algorithm will determine who wins. So we can skip just to speed this up to the final page where we see, unsurprisingly, we won. A few things has happened here. Number one, we've leveled up, we've gained stats. You'll also notice the image itself is new, it's dynamic, etc. The other thing you've noticed is that, in fact, we have won a bit of money. Again, this is no front-end magic. We can see here again in the token-bound UI, if we move away from collectibles instead to assets, we have 0.1 ETH. This corresponds to basically 0.05 ETH plus the 0.05 ETH from who you've won. So to summarize the project, basically, a lot of these functions are individually you are individually able to do them with normal NFTs. What makes this EIP so interesting is the ability to compose all of these into one NFT, the ability to stake, the ability to lend on, say, like a marketplace, the ability to level up, etc. That's what this ERC 556 is so useful for. Thank you.
Thank you. Another amazing application of 6551. All right. 2 more demos to go, so without further ado, let's welcome our second last finalist demo for today, Copix.
Okay, hey guys, my name is Benson. This is Eden, Eric, and Jackson, and we'll be presenting you our project Copix today. So before we start, can I see a show of hands from everyone who have heard about r/place? Okay, not bad, that's a lot of people, right? So for those of you that don't know, r/place is a subreddit where it has a big canvas where everyone can sign in and make their individual contributions to the canvas, 1 pixel at a time. And the ending results would look something like this. And between every time you make a contribution, you have to wait roughly 5 to 15 minutes.
And the canvas was only active, or the subreddit was only active for about 3 to 4 days. It came around in April Fool's in 2017, and then it made another appearance a few years later. But what happened afterwards? Well, it returned to dust. There was a destruction, a live stream of that, and not a lot of memories, or sorry, not a lot of storage that you can see the final state in, unless you relied on internet, existing videos on other people's servers, but we're all here in the blockchain space because we know that's not decentralized. So what if you wanted to look back on it? What if you wanted a proof that you participated in the experiment? Well, those were the questions that we were trying to solve with Copix. So we built Copix, which is our kind of version of a canvas where a user could place a color on a shared canvas, and all of that information is stored on chain. We're using a custom ERC 721 contract. The general gist is that a person can choose a pixel, a color, and then send a paint transaction on chain. Once the paint transaction goes through, a NFT is minted to the painter's wallet. So the token's metadata is fully generated on-chain, including a list of modifications, and everything is available to be queried in the future. Well, that's a true decentralized collaborative canvas. But then how did we prevent a same person trying to hog the entire canvas by themselves? Like, what's to prevent someone to log in with multiple different wallets and try to mint every single pixel on that canvas? That's where WorldCoin ID comes in. We limit the timeout of a person's contributions, not on their wallet address, because you can create multiple of those, but on the WorldCoin ID, where if you were around this weekend, you saw those orbs that verified your iris and generated an iris code, and then you had an official proof of humanhood. Furthermore, that allows us to look at the contract and see how many humans actually participated in it, and not just limit it to an overblown amount of different wallet addresses. So, the canvas is live.
All right, it's demo time. So if you have a WorldCoin ID and you have the Polygon testnet Mumbai in your wallet, then you can follow along. You can just go to pixelpusher.live. Okay, so this is like our canvas. So right now I will verify with WorldCoin first. It's hard to see. I'm just gonna sign in here. Then after I'm verified with World ID, I gotta connect to wallet. I'm just gonna connect to MetaMask. Yeah. All right, now I can choose any pixel I want. Let's say I want this pixel. I choose a color. Make sure you see a color preview here, and then I will create paint transaction. So now here I am telling the blockchain to mint this pixel onto the Mumbai network. We can wait for the transaction to complete, and it's off screen.
Are you guys all minting right now? Is that why the network is slow?
And as you can see, it just minted. The color of the canvas changed, and we can actually see it on OpenSea as well. Well.
Well, you can find the collection on OpenSea if you go to OpenSea, testnets.opensea.com/collection/copix-3. So that would show a list of all the minted tokens, all the minted pixels, and you can see there's a lot of white pixels left. So take your spot. There's a total of 600 in this canvas, and take something home from today.
Yeah, so hopefully you guys can try it out. It's a fun canvas. Okay.
Thank you. So, I'm really liking the on-chain collaboration here. There's a lot of opportunity for the next few hackathons and just what we're seeing in this space with more L2s. All right, last finalist demo for the day. Please welcome AI Audit.
Good afternoon. My name is Derek.
Vivian. I'm PK.
And today we're going to show you guys what we built. But before we do that, we're going to talk about why. So last year, $3.6 billion was stolen from the Web3 economy. And over half of those were actually from audited projects and protocols. So for this hackathon, we thought to ourselves, what can we build to help developers build with a security-first mindset? Our solution was AI Audit. It's an open source platform where engineers can use natural language to write, audit, test, and deploy smart contracts to any blockchain. AI Audit shifts left the security best practices by enabling security-specific testing and rapid prototyping to take place much earlier in the development lifecycle. So this is actually aimed for engineers who want to build and incorporate security earlier in their development lifecycle. And this is an example workflow. You would upload a smart contract and use natural language to ask ChatGPT to write and execute unit and fuzz tests. You can also ask ChatGPT to execute static analysis tests, and then all of those results are exported to IPFS, where you and your team can fix those vulnerabilities. And last but not least, when you're ready to go, you can deploy it on a live testnet or mainnet. And obviously, we're going to show you guys how this is done.
Hey guys, so yeah, here's a demo. So let me open up my screen. So basically right now I'm talking to the chat GPT and I'm basically saying run static analysis on my contract. So I'll just get the path of the contract. It's basically like kind of an uploading thing. I press enter and my bad, I wasn't running the chat. Give me a second. Awesome. So let me just copy this thing again, my prompt. And as you can see, the chat GPT is processing the message and it's thinking what it needs to do. It finds a Mithril tool, which is a static analysis tool that allows us to run static analysis on this particular file. It finds some results. It saves those results in this file. And then once it's done, we have another tool, which is basically view test tools to result. Essentially what it does is it takes this text file and saves it in Filecoin. And then if you copy this ID and basically go here and go here and then I just replace this. And you should see the error that the Mithril was seeing. And then let's go back here. Essentially our goal is to basically reduce the friction for folks to come and work with blockchains, because what we want is we want to harness power for AI and allow them to use multiple tools and to make contracts more secure. And like one more thing we can do is like we can say, I'm new to blockchain, help me write a simple, yeah, there's a typo. I'm new to blockchain and help me write a contract. This is something which I have not tried yet, so we'll see how that works. And then it says, okay, I can help you. And then say, okay, can you create random ID in a contract? Let's try that. It's basically, as you can see, it's conversing, and then agent is looking what to do next. And lo and behold, there's an error that we need to figure out, but essentially like you can continue talking to like that and figure out and basically write contracts with this, yeah.
Perfect. So what we saw was us using ChatGPT to run a static analysis test, Mithril, on a local smart contract. So how we made AI audit was quite simple. ChatGPT was the base layer, the large language model we use, and we use LangChain agents on top. So these agents are actually taking natural language and deciding what to do. And what we built for this hackathon was the AI tools. So these are the tools that the agents will execute, run certain tests, deploy certain contracts, compile certain contracts as well. And the three auditing tools that we support are Slither, Mithril, and Echidna. In the future, we want to build more AI tools and tests, a front end as well, and eventually be able to support open source models, so not just ChatGPT. And last but not least, we want to build for auditors. That's really all we had. Thank you guys.
That was an amazing demo, and of course, this would not have been a 2023 hackathon without ChatGPT and LLMs talking to blockchains, but this was a really good use case. All right, with that, those were our 11 demos. I want to give all of our finalists one massive round of applause again, so please join me in thanking Aquanet, Smarter Contract, Fukuru, Rolla Mate, SmileDAO, AI Audit, Copix, Zbe, Token Rescue Buddy, Piggyback NFT, and Token Bound Titans. And all of you who are joining us on the live stream or want to catch up on what else was done this weekend, you can head over to ETHGlobal.com/showcase and check out all the other hacks. All right, well, let's go into the stuff that I know all of you are definitely waiting for. And this will be a big and a long one, so I'm going to quickly prep for this because I'm going to be talking a lot and announcing a lot of money. So give me 10 seconds. And Nope, I need more. All right, let's get started. $250,000 in prizes to be won. Let's go with Gnosis Chain. ZBay takes in $6,000 for the first place. Roll Amante will be taking in $5,000 for second. And RepuScore is the $2,000 third place winner. AI Audit will be taking in the best AI project. SmileDAO will be taking in $2,000 for the best AI project as well. Second place and the best project on top of Safe is Polyguard with $2,000. Give yourselves a massive round of applause. Then we have WorldCoin. The best overall project goes to Hacker Grant for $5,000. There we go, that's the energy. CryptoCupid is the most creative use case on WorldCoin for $2,500, and the best governance app is Wiser Riser. BlockMind AI will be taking in $2,500. Best signing with WorldCoin is P2P Lend for $2,500, and WorldPass and WorldCoin email are all going to be taking in $1,000 each. There's more. Probo, Goose.ai, and Anycard, Copix, WageWalt, and Chameleon are all also taking in $500 for the pool prize category. Congratulations to all WorldCoin winners. Then we have Polygon. The best public good with account abstraction goes to Wealthsimpler, True Wallet, and Lubin the Paymaster, $1,000 each. Then Squirrel Pay, Me, and All Transfer are also taking in $1,000 for the best ZK EVM hack. And the best use of Polygon ID goes to these four teams for $500. So congratulations to Give, TID, Lock, Metacert, Wiser Riser again. And 17 of these teams are going to be receiving $118 each. I'll give all of you a second to find yourself here. Then we have Airstack. ZBay, ETHStacks, and Sparklers are going to be taking in the Airstack prize for $2,000 each, and all these 8 teams, Wealthsimpler, Contract Explorer, Aquanet, Chatboss, the now knockout card game, you're making it really hard to do this live, Searcher, Auction Spec, Trade Social, and Assister are all recipients for the pool prize, $500 each. Then we have Filecoin. Discover, Metacert, and the now knockout card game are taking in $2,000 for the best use of Filecoin Virtual Machine, and the 2 runner-ups are AI Audit and Trust Reviews for $1,000. On top of that, all the pool prize winners are Stealthmail, Umaya, C-Track, Vision.dev, CryptoCupid, Goose.ai, ZBay, and Funder, all taking in $500 each. Then we have Umaya will be taking in the $5,000 prize for the Optimistic AI Testation, and Roll Amate is the second place $2,000 winner for Uma. On top of that, BlockMind AI, D-Riz, Promise Protector, Goose AI, and Etherfly, and ZBay are also going to be taking in $500 for the pool prize category. Congratulations. There we go. Next up is Hyperlane. Smarter Contract is the best use case on Hyperlane, taking in $4,000, and Multi-Chain NFT is the best interchain application for $2,000. Then Hyperlane VS Code goes to the best developer tooling, and Lubin the Paymaster is the most innovative use case on Hyperlane, also taking in $2,000. Congratulations. Next up is Sismo. Shields of Crypto is the best use of Sismo, taking in $3,000. ZBay, oh wow, that is a lot of ZBay. $2,000, and Wiser Riser is the best off-chain app on Sismo for $2,000. Then User Proof Membership is the best technical wow factor category winner, and VLens is going to be taking in $1,000 for the best privacy vibe. Congratulations. Next up is Near. Nownage KZG client is the first place $3,000 winner for Near. Chatboss and ETH winners are going to be taking in $2,000 each. And KeyPalm, Piglet, and Proof are the third place $1,000 recipients for the best news of blockchain operating system. Congratulations to all 3 of these teams. Then we have the XDC network. Lubin the Paymaster is the first place $3,500 winner. Friend.fi will be taking in second place $2,000, and Trust Reviews will be the $1,500 third place recipient. On top of that, Fund AI Training DAO is the best crowdfunding application winner, and JPEG Gated is the best token gating app for $500. Congratulations. Then, of course, is ERC 6551. To no surprise, Token-Bound Titans is the best use case for the ERC 6551, taking $3,000. Aquanet is the second place $2,000 winner, and the best infrastructure tooling goes to Fukuru and ETHStacks, taking in $1,000 each. On top of all of that, the best on-chain media use case also goes to Fukuru and Habitat, taking another additional $1,000. And Piggyback 655 NFT is the best interactive design, leveraging 6551. Congratulations. Then we have Itcoin. The best integration goes to Nouns Card 3D for $3,000. Contract Explorer is the $2,000 winner. And Aquanet and Wiser are the best contribution, taking in $3,000 and $2,000 for the first and second place. Congratulations. Then we have the graph. So the best new subgraph goes to Rola Mate for $1,400. Scaling Crypto Social Media is the second place $1,000 winner. And VLens is the $600 third place recipient. And the best use of existing subgraph goes to Goose.ai, ZBay, and Autonomous World ID for $1,200, $800, and $500 for first, second, and third. And that is not all. 13 teams are going to be splitting the pool prize, so all 13 of you are going to be getting $150 each. Congratulations. Then we have Delve. V3 Liquidity Governance is the best custom voting vault, taking in $3,000, and Fund AI Training DAO will be the best UI integration for Delve, taking in $3,000. Next up, Unlock Protocol. Dutch is the best use case for Unlock, taking $3,000. Will 3 is the $1,500 recipient, and Evie is the third place $500 winner. Next up, Compound. Uniswap V4 Hooks is the best integration of Compound grants. Am I reading this right? All right, we'll figure this out later. For $5,000, congratulations. And next up is MetaMask. All right, the best app of Linnea goes to Visible Darkbox for $1,250, and Savings DAO all for first place. And best use of MetaMask SDK goes to Vidare and SignUp, also taking in $1,250 each. Congratulations. On to QuickNode. AllTransfer is the best token API. There we go. And UseAI is the best use of NFT API. They're both going to be receiving $1,500. And the 5 use cases of best RPC goes to Compound, Notify, Inventory, Probo, TapChat, and Willfully, all taking in $400 each. Congratulations. Time for another tactical break. All right, on to XMTP. ZBay is the first place recipient for XMTP for $1,500. CryptoCupid for second place $1,000. And the Now Knockout card game is the best use of XMT and Airstack all together, taking in $1,000. And on top of that, $1,000 will be split between these 3 teams. So Fund AI Training DAO, Rola Mate, and Will3 will be taking in $333 each. Then we have Lit Protocol. The Lit Paymaster is the best use of Lit actions, taking in $4,000. There we go. Anonicard and Emergency Scan are the 2 wildcard teams that are going to be receiving $500 each. Next up, Maker. Uniswap V4 Hooks, stop loss, there you go, now it makes sense. Stop loss orders is the first place winner for the best use of Maker in their application, taking $2,500. Squirrel Pay will be the $1,500 second place recipients, and Sparklers is the third place $1,000 winner. Congratulations. Then we have Risk Zero. Bonfire Wallet is the best use of Bonsai for $2,000. Collapse is the best use of Bonsai, second runner-up for $1,000. And Bonfire and Token-Bound Titans are also going to be receiving $500 each for giving the developers a lot more feedback on how to make building on ZK systems a lot more easier. Then we have EAS. Squirrel Pay is the first place winner for EAS, taking in $2,000, and Tanso will be second place, $1,000 recipient. Habitat will be the best social impact app, taking in $1,000, and ZK Rare is the best privacy-preserving app for $1,000. Next up, Unsheath. LSD RB Bot is the best use of Unsheath, and they'll be taking in $4,000. Congratulations. Then we have QuantStamp. Contract Explorer is the best use of using QuantStamp here for $2,500, and Siren is the most creative use, taking in $2,500. Congratulations. And next up, and finally, we have Noun Style. RepuScore is the best public good for $3,000, and VLANS is the $2,000 best announced artwork recipient. Congratulations to both of these teams. And we'll close this off with Highlight. Goose AI takes in $3,000 for the best use of generative art on top of Highlight. Etherverse for second place, 1,500 winner. And Pastel Passion is the $500 third place winner. And all of you will also be getting this dynamic NFT drop to all of your wallets thanks to Highlight. Congratulations. All of you here, not just the winners. All of these prizes and everything else is now visible for you to check out on your showcase. So if you're watching this live stream, you can just refresh later and it'll be on your inbox. So let's cover a few other things before we wrap things up. Prize delivery. This is the most important thing. Everything that we've said is tentative and not final, which means that over the next 3 weeks, we're going to be looking at everybody's source code. We're going to be verifying that nobody cheated. We're going to be making sure that everybody is part of the same rules and followed everything as per the event rules. And as part of that process, after we've confirmed everything, you'll be getting an email confirming that this is the actual prize, which means in worst case, you will be notified if you are disqualified and why, and we'll be doing that review. If you are one of the pool prize recipients and somebody else gets disqualified, that means the amounts will change, or somebody may be changed, just the numbers will change if it's in a pool prize category specifically. But keep that in mind. We'll be doing all of that over the next few weeks, and everything will be following over email to all of you. So keep that in mind. The date for delivery is July 21st, and that gives us enough time to do everything properly and send all the prizes to you directly and to all of the rest of your team. Now, before we close this off, I want to make sure we take 2 minutes to thank everybody that made all of this possible. And the way this is going to work is that we're going to make sure everybody feels super thanked and welcomed and appreciated for everything that's been put on, and all these people behind the scenes, all the people in this audience. So for everyone here, we're going to do a lot of clapping, and I just want to be as excited as we can, because this is the behind the backbone of how everything works behind the scenes. I'm also tired. So there's a lot of people that are behind the scenes making all of this possible, but I want to start off by thanking all of you hackers. Congratulations for sticking around and making this possible. Coming from all over the world, this would not be possible without any of you. All of our judges who took the time to thank and talk to everybody here, this would absolutely not be possible for us to talk who the winners are. All of our mentors and volunteers who were tirelessly walking around, making sure everything is there. All of our speakers who did all the amazing talks for you to now look at, pause, watch, and learn from across the world. And all these amazing partners who came in from all parts of the world, making sure you have the best absolute time. And special people like Nabil, Shaka, Global Data Link, Wildboard, Beeble Tales, Ontario Ice Cream, and the Wilfrid Laurier University for helping us make this event successful in the city of Waterloo. And last but not the least, a massive round of applause for the rest of the ETHGlobal team. Shari, Andrew, Maggie, Nunu, Eugen, Taylor, Fred, Polly, Rory, Chloe, Kevin, Huichi, Minnie, and Moaz, Emily, Andrew, and Jacob. They're the people that made all of this possible for all of you, and I want to make sure they all feel equally appreciated. So, the 11 people came up, and they demoed what they built, and we called them our finalists. For those of you, actually, I'm just impressed that it was just dead silence. This is great. Usually I don't see people listening to me up much. Anyway, I'm gonna close this off. All right. 11 teams came up and they demoed what they built. They demoed things live. Nothing went wrong, which was amazing. It just doesn't happen usually. And we call them our finalists because if you've never been to an ETHGlobal Hackathon before, these are not competitions. Our goal is to highlight important things that we think are going to be driving this ecosystem forward. And the things that you're seeing now are things that are going to be normal in a couple of years, and that is incredible. You get to literally time travel into what the future looks like, and we got to see all of that from 11 amazing teams. They built some cool things. A lot of them are continuing to work on these things. Some of them are even live. You can just go on the showcase and just play with those applications immediately. And we call them our finalists because instead of having a first, second, and third, we call all of them our first place winners. So effectively, all of these 11 teams are first for this whole hackathon. And as part of being a finalist, in addition to any other prizes they may have won, ETHGlobal team will be giving in 500 USDC to every team member on top of any of their prizes for coming in first for ETHGlobal Waterloo. But that's not all. In addition to all those things, for every 11 of those teams that came on, they'll be all getting 10 Sepolia ETH per member. We know this is rare. An ENS domain for them to have on behalf of ETH Global, free Pragma entry for the rest of 2023 ETH Global events per member, and $100 off a Grid Lattice wallet in case you want to buy another hardware wallet per member. If you're not already on Lens protocol, you get to get early access to Lens and reserve your username, and a flight reimbursement to any of the next upcoming ETH Global hackathons, guaranteed to come across and hack again for the rest of the world. Also, we're going to make a lot of this available for everybody else too in the future, so head over to ethglobal.com/perks to sign up for early access to all this. We want to make it a lot more cooler for you to be in Web3. Now, this is all I really wanted to say, and before we close off this event, this would be not an ETH Global Hackathon if we don't tell you what's next. So, without further ado, these are the upcoming events we're going to be doing for the rest of the year, and we really wish to see a lot of you here. In 3 weeks, we'll be back in Paris for ETH Global Paris. We're super proud to announce Super Hack, which is our new event that's going to be in tandem with Optimism and OP-Stack and Superchain to build on top of OP-Stack chains. You get to play with what's happening in this world of superchains, and that's coming on August 4th to 16th. We're going to do our first ever zero-knowledge proof specific hackathon called Circuit Breaker at the end of August. If you're interested in seeing what's happening with ZK proofs, you get to try out Circuit Breaker at the end of August. It's online. Then we're going to be doing ETH Global New York in September as our second last in-person event of the year. And then we're going to end the year off with Istanbul right at Dev Connect on November 17th to 19th. So you can see all these events now on ethglobal.com. You can sign up for any of these right now. And we really hope to see a lot of you and all of our finalists in one of these events this year. So with that, I want to thank everybody for being here. Let's have some fun, and let's go outside. Good work, everybody. Congratulations.